John Pierpont Morgan was born in 1837 into privilege, but not luxury. His father, Junius Spencer Morgan, was a strict, disciplined banker who believed money should be earned, not flaunted. From a young age, Pierpont was expected not just to succeed, but to dominate. With period detail. Morgan wasn't raised in the rough-and-tumble world of American entrepreneurs. He was educated in Switzerland, trained in mathematics, finance, and languages. While future titans like Andrew Carnegie rose from poverty, Morgan came from sophistication. He learned not just how to make money, but how to control it. By his late 20s, Morgan joined his father in international banking, but he quickly outgrew the English conservative style of finance. America, he realized, wasn't a place for caution. It was a place for boldness. Railroads were the lifelines of the new America. They connected cities, transported goods, and created millionaires. But they were also chaotic and mismanaged. Morgan saw opportunity, not in building railroads, but in organizing them. Morgan orchestrated mergers, eliminated competition, standardized operations. He became known as the railroad reorganizer. If two companies fought, Morgan stepped in, not as a mediator, but as a kingmaker. His word became law in American industry. But Morgan's greatest conquest was yet to come. In 1901, he set his eyes on steel, the foundation of modern America. Andrew Carnegie was the undisputed steel king, but Carnegie was growing old, and Morgan knew he could be convinced to sell. Legend says Morgan asked Carnegie to write down his price on a simple slip of paper. Carnegie wrote, $480 million. Morgan glanced at it, said, "Done," and handed it back. With that, Morgan created US Steel, the first billion-dollar corporation in world history. It didn't just dominate America, it was America. In 1907, financial disaster struck. Banks collapsed. The stock market plunged. There was no Federal Reserve, no government rescue plan. America was leaderless. Until one man took control. Morgan summoned the country's top financiers to his New York library. He locked them inside and refused to let them leave until they agreed to pool their money to save the system. Under his direction, millions were injected into failing banks. Stocks recovered. The panic ended. And America, for the second time, was saved not by the government, but by J.P. Morgan. But with power came backlash. Critics accused Morgan of being a monopolist, a dictator of finance, a man with more control than the president himself. In 1912, Morgan was summoned before Congress. Lawmakers demanded to know, did one man truly control the American economy? Morgan simply replied, "A man's word is his bond." He didn't rely on contracts, he relied on trust, forged through power. When J.P. Morgan died in 1913, flags across Wall Street were flown at half-mast. Bankers whispered that American capitalism would never be the same. And they were right. The government, terrified at the thought of relying on another Morgan, created the Federal Reserve System, America's central bank, to ensure that no single man would ever again hold such power. Today, his legacy lives on in J.P. Morgan Chase, one of the largest banks in the world. His methods shaped how corporations operate, how governments respond to crises, and how financial power is wielded. He was not just a banker, not just a businessman. He was the architect of American capitalism. Like, subscribe, and comment if you want more stories of the titans of industry.